Hello, this is Brick. I have decided to remain anonymous, but I will share everything from my perspective. Our relationship was incredibly toxic, abusive, and controlling. We tried to break up several times, but always got back together. I recall trying to break up with her after finding lewd photos of other women on her phone, but she refused to leave my house. Not knowing how she would react to me being pregnant, I searched the internet for a photo of a random pregnancy test. I chose a photo that was very obviously was not mine and sent it to her. Before we finish up this document, I want to show you guys Riot Games' response. On May 17th, we were made aware of the SA allegations made against a competitor. Such allegations are among the most serious an individual can face, and we urge anyone with relevant information to contact law enforcement. Our competitive operations team will cooperate fully with any legal investigation and assess whether these allegations affect the individual's future eligibility.
Man, this stuff keeps getting crazier. Good morning, everyone. There has been a new update to the Florescent allegations because even though Ava herself hasn't made a response just yet, the accuser has made a new Google Doc where she talked about it some more. Please bear in mind that this is a reaction to a short summary of the drama. Don't hold any of his opinions to high standards. Rather, just watch this video to get a quick idea of the drama so far. Also, before I jump into it, it has been insane the influx of people jumping into this. Like, so many ex-partners or old friends have involved themselves into this. So later on in the video, it gets way more hectic and crazy.
Disclaimer, bitches be trippin'. A second document has hit the timeline and like DJ...
Wait, is this from, in a lot of recent allegations that have been brought up against Florescent, I would like to share my own experiences with her. Oh god, the floodgate's coming out.
Khaled, another one.
Bear in mind, I want to see this right because, you know, in my previous video, reacting to like the same video by WestJet, I was very suspicious of the allegations because not much was brought forward, apart from like one DM.
Not only do we got a statement from Riot Games, we got a statement...
Yeah, that's what they had. Like, Florescent had like their own tour with their teammates' environment cancelled over this. Yeesh.
From some team members too. The background footage I'm using isn't mine either, guys. It's Florescent. I think it's funny that way. Yeah, things ain't looking too hot for Florescent. Allegedly, that was an alt.
Wait, hold on. Wait, they made this? They super. No. Wait, they made that joke? Why isn't rape legal?
Account. All right.
I mean, that says nothing about their actual crimes, right? But like, why would you tweet that?
Gentlemen, buckle in. We got a bit of...
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be honest. I've seen worse from Valorant players, for all I know.
Have a documento here coming up. Put the outdoor boys on your second monitor and listen up. Hello, this is Brick. I have decided to remain anonymous, but I will share everything from my perspective.
Oh, that's
public was the...
Their name is still Brick. Out of all the names they picked, you know, to stay anonymous, they picked Brick. The thing that you make houses with.
Most challenging thing I
They could have picked straw, you know, matchsticks, but they picked Brick.
ever had to do. They haven't really gone public though, have they? They're using the alias codename Brick. Like, just say your name's Emily. No one's gonna fact check you. I tried to handle this situation with the utmost respect for her. I wanted her to get help, and I didn't want to drag her. Which is why it's taken me so long to find the strength to come forward about all of this. I'm telling you, buckle in, things are about to get heated.
That's like a weird level of sympathy I've never seen before. Like, they want to expose her, but they wanted to get help. I mean, I can buy that, right? You know, like they were clearly close together before, but like most of the time, I see the victim fucking get vitriolic towards them. You know, I want you killed, all that shit.
I tried to keep these things offline, to talk it out with Ava privately via DMs. When I had originally confronted her about this, she denied it, kept telling me she forgot everything. She claimed she was super jet-lagged and not quite there during those events, yet I prompted her with evidence. She said I was lying. When I asked her back when she would arrive in India so that I could file a report to the police, she ended up blocking me. I will provide you with all the screenshots and conversations I can. Please be patient and read this document thoroughly.
Now, what I want to see, right, you know, I want to see, like, Florescent deny or admit to two things, right? Number one, blocking a phone, which she claimed that she did. And second of all, like, sexually assaulting Brick, you know. Because if you remember, the story was that she came over and they were getting it done. And Brick was, like, begging for her to stop. But she kept on going. That was the story.
Alright, bada bing, bada boom, you know, Control C. We gotta... Over the past year and a half, I've been working through what happened during my relationship with Ava and the aftermath of it. I have finally had the confidence to share my story, knowing the backlash I'll receive. I know a lot of people won't like to see this, but I need this for my closure and well-being to move forward. Ava and I dated for roughly 9 months, from December 2022 to the beginning of October 2023. Our relationship was
Wait,
incredibly
sorry, what? We dated for 9 months from 2022 to 2023. Wait, but the story of how you guys sorted started in 2024, January. So you broke off. Wait, and now she's saying as well that they were very toxic. Okay.
toxic, abusive, and controlling.
Oh, whoa. Step back, Buckaroo. Holy shit. Now it's getting even worse. So there's allegation of SA, but also them being toxic and abusive. I guess, you know, emotionally, verbally, but like, with no clarification. Like, people are going to assume that you mean physically abusive. Oh, God.
We tried to break up several times, but always got back together. I recall trying to break up with her after...
I'm sorry, right now, I just want to see the DMs that she claimed that she has from Ava, Florescent.
finding lewd photos of other women on her phone, but she refused to leave my house. Another time I tried to break up with her for cheating on me with her friend. Ava was 16 at the time, and her friend was in her 20s, according to her.
Why do we need all of this? This is like not a good way to handle this. Like, just get your tiny story out there and ignore all the other stuff. Because now, like, she's poisoning the well with like all these other stories. Yeah, you know, she cheated on me. Okay, well, I don't know what you do with that, right? Because that's like a huge fucking story that you might have to like prove evidence for, and also maybe Ava will refute it in a response. Like, just keep it short and concise. What happened in January of 2024?
Ava's the victim here. And Ava called my mom crying and begging to talk to me. All of these things made leaving difficult for me, as it was my first relationship ever, and I was a very socially inexperienced 15-year-old. Towards the end of the relationship, the last 3 months, we were on and off almost every single day. One of us would try to end things and the other would beg to work things out. This was very mutual. She and I were super close and practically had no friends.
Oh my god, I don't care about this at all. Like, this doesn't seem like it's offending Ava or Brick at all. It's like a very unnecessary preempting, in my opinion.
Outside of each other, playing Valorant all day and having no friends. I couldn't have guessed that one. A lot of these Valorant freaks think I'm weird, but I'm socially adjusted, as a matter of fact. I worked at Papa John's. The story behind the fake pregnancy are words I never thought I'd have to read.
Oh my god, bro, this video is more insane than the first one. I'm getting flashbanged by like new story details. The fake pregnancy? What?
Regarding this story, The Last of Us Part 2 type shit. The fighting truly began to pick up when Ava accused me of lying about being pregnant. She had always pushed aside the...
Oh god, oh no. Oh, is this where it's going now? So it broke off. This is not being handled very well at all. See, this is what I fucking said in the first place, right? Don't have your friend come out with these allegations, because for all I know, right, they could be fucking it up and they're not getting like the real story out there that you want. This is why, right? Now they're making a second Google Doc that's, you know, being like treated like what do you call it, the story after the end? Prologue? You know what I mean, right? It's like a tiny prologue, which sounds pretty bad, but no one's gonna read this because, you know, it's coming after the big allegation, you know, of SA. What the fuck? Like, if you had this, you know, in your first Google Doc, that would give the story more concise, you know. It would have shown a pattern of like you guys being toxic or Ava being toxic, whatever. But now there's like two different stories going on right now. It's so confusing.
The idea of using protection and would say things like raw feels better, spitting some facts here, or saying not to be scared, stating I can pull out. Due to those factors, we would constantly have unprotected sex. With me being 15 at the time, the idea...
Oh god, I hate this. I hate, you know, when dramas. I mean, like, it's fucking allegations. You know, I know what I'm getting into, right? But when it comes to like very young people, like a young couple, and bringing up like, you know, their sex life, it's disgusting.
Yeah, being pregnant scared me terribly, rightfully so. So when there was a certain period in which I began throwing up and feeling ill, exhibiting signs of early pregnancy, I texted her, I think I'm pregnant. I took a test which came back positive and started freaking out, which resulted in panicked and incredibly poor decision making. Oldie and VCT game changers where two women can make a baby. Guys, I am not transphobic. I'm a 6'5" Venezuelan trillionaire. Not knowing how she would react to me being pregnant, I searched the intranet for a photo of a random pregnancy test. I chose a photo that was very obviously was not mine and sent it to her. I tried to make a
Wait,
joke
wait,
about...
wait, what's going on now? She sent a picture of it. Wait, let me like, guys, I'm sorry for being slow. It's fucking 10 in the morning, okay? Not knowing how she would react to me being pregnant, I searched the internet for a photo of a random pregnancy test. I chose a photo that very obviously was not mine and sent it to her. I tried to make it a joke about me being...
About me potentially being pregnant, just trying to gauge what her reaction would be if the test wasn't a false positive. Playing devil's advocate.
What bearing does this have? You know, like, wait, how old are they now? 18 now? What bearing does this story from 3 years ago have currently right now with these allegations?
Here, that would piss me the off too. Imagine some girls like, oh yeah, I might be pregnant and sending you fake
also, that's very fucking shit,
pregnancy
right?
tests. That get me heated too. You gotta give me a warning.
I'm guessing, wait, maybe like Florescent like brought that up on Twitter and now she's defending herself, potentially.
Before I book my flight. Yeah.
That's the only conclusion I can have, right? Because why else would she bring up the story unprompted from nowhere?
You know what I mean? After that, I took 2 more tests that came back negative, and then I clarified to her that I was not pregnant. And then weeks later, she got angry at me, saying I stressed her out during practice and that I was to blame for many things because I lied about being pregnant.
Okay, fair, base, that's completely normal. If some random fucking girl told me she was pregnant and it was like, oh, like a big joke, I'd be pissed off. Yeah, what the hell?
Valid crash out, TBH. Despite me clarifying to her that I wasn't pregnant, she turned it on me, saying she assumed it was me coping. And regardless of me never being pregnant and clarifying it time and time again,
yeah, but you still bait them on the first time.
She still goes around to this day telling people I tried to baby trap her so she wouldn't break up with me. How does this moron Scooby-Doo story even fit into like, the allegations? This is not important at all. This
exactly,
is
that's what I'm fucking saying.
I cannot stress this enough, but even after this whole fight, she still
like
refused
maybe
to have...
like Frozen brought up, like maybe Florescent has like their own like response out there and this was brought up. No, but like I have to imagine like even Ava, you know, is smarter than this to not randomly bring up a fake pregnancy story. Like what?
Protected.
Oh, I'm sorry. You look not very smart right now. You're trying to like prove Ava's being toxic. Like, oh, she got really angry with me when I lied to her about being pregnant. Like what? You're telling me like Ava was a toxic one? Wow. Yeah, you look way more rational. Definitely.
I would ask her to use protection because I was terrified of getting pregnant.
Oh, hold on. I guess the story is that, you know, she would have unprotected sex, and that's why, and that was to scare Ava. Even then, to like have a... Okay, no, I'm not gonna say have a backbone. It's like this is a 15-year-old, right? Just have better, you know, sex life knowledge, in my opinion. That's what I can say.
Concerns she would continue to refuse.
Like there was one way to like teach someone a lesson, you know, to have safe sex. Lying about being pregnant is not one of them.
And ignore my well-being and worries. The events leading up to
January... fine, bro. What a fucking worthless side story. Holy fuck. Now we're getting into like the actual January 24th story. Okay, let's go.
3rd, 2024, you know, Armageddon. And the incident from my POV. On December 25th, 2023, after a month of no contact, Ava drunk texted me trying to argue with me. The argument was going...
Oh, this is gonna be so fucking good. It all started a fucking month before when she was drunk texting me. Oh, great.
Going the same way as all the previous arguments, but when I told her I didn't care about her anymore, her response was that I would always love her. You gotta keep in mind, these are children. These...
Oh, no. Oh, this is so... Okay, this is funny, right? Because the timeline is that... The timeline is that on January, right? She would fly out to Ava and go to her house. But now she's making it seem like, oh, you know, in December, a month before, I clearly told her I didn't love her. Then why fucking go to her house? Like, you know, if you love her, that's fine, right? But like, don't play like, you know, like she's the emotionally abusive one when you like just go back to her time and time again.
Aren't fully grown, developed adults. Even if something seems manipulative or gaslighty, they probably aren't even doing it on purpose. This comment from her made me feel awful.
Yeah, like, how old are they? Like, are they not 18 in the story?
That she seemingly felt bad, and she then asked me to speak over Discord instead. We ended up talking things out, and we decided that we would see each other once again when she was home from her vacation trip in Korea. Okay, but guys, it is kind of funny, yo. There's serious allegations and stuff, and then there's like, we were chatting on Discord. It's like, what's next? We booted up a Swift play. We already read this in the previous video, the January 3rd stuff. Essentially, this is just Brick's kind of like a recollection of what happened with, you know, just better grammar. You know, we actually got literary devices, we got periods and stuff. But hey, they took notes from a previous video. You know, we got the police here, one of one.
Oh shit, finally actually. Oh, okay, now. Okay, this is interesting now. Okay, if they filed a police report.
On the real side,
Wait, they said that they did, but they didn't have any proof.
some of the stuff reads pretty intensely.
I think it's pretty easy to can you take a screenshot of like the police email, from your Gmail, your inbox?
And it's not really a joking matter. Brick's recollection of events is honestly way better than the previous videos, and it really shows kind of like the depth of the coercion she claims Florescent put her through.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because a fucking friend did it on her behalf. It's so fucking
Like
dumb,
your friend
dude.
do the writing for you doesn't make sense, and this should have been the first thing that came out. Before we finish up this document, I want to show you guys Riot Games' response and some hypocrisy arising from this situation. On May 17th, we were made aware of
in
the
my opinion, right? I haven't got like a full scope on the story, right? But it seems like these people, these organizations, they're reacting like way too quickly to like this breaking out. Like from my knowledge, right, there's not that much damning evidence, but immediately, right, they're all dropping Ava, Florescent, or right off the bat. I think, yeah, they've had the tour cancelled or postponed, whatever, and also some teammates might have like disavowed her. Like just insane reactions, from just allegations breaking out. Like not really, like it's not like the I'm Alex stuff, where it broke out and damning evidence came out. No, so far it just seems, like allegations that are not backed up that much. Like we know the story, but we don't know if it's true just yet. I mean, she might come out with the evidence right now, but like all these reactions, from professional people, they seem way too overblown, in my opinion. When like we don't have that much proof just yet.
Let's say, Alec,
Again, there might be, I don't know, because I haven't seen the doc myself. But like, if it's not here in the videos, talking about it, then odds are it's not really there.
allegations made against a competitor. Such allegations are among the most serious an individual can face, and we urge anyone with relevant information to contact law enforcement. Our competitive operations team will cooperate fully with any legal investigation and assess whether these allegations affect the individual's future eligibility. They were covering for Florescent hella hard. They name-dropped Sinatra, and they even name-dropped the players who were just teabagging people in a professional match. Calling Florescent a competitor just makes them feel super disingenuous. Even my favorite British hamburger reporter said, "No disrespect at all, but why was Sinatra named in his statement but Floor isn't? I genuinely believe the scene deserves some kind of clarity on this."
But like we always
What the fuck is Sinatra?
believe the accuser no matter what, right guys? Doesn't matter, bro. Always believe the third party source accuser no matter what.
The fact that they were so quick to pounce on Sinatra and get him competitively banned for 6 months, instantly believing the accuser, and they're not really holding up that standard here. Very weird. And to make matters even worse, they were hiding...
I'm guessing Sinatra was a previous player in the same shoes as a Florescent. Okay.
replies on Twitter, as if people can't see the hidden replies anyway. They literally name it all the Power Rangers, but they never...
So the issue was that they name dropped this pro player who never had the name public at all. Oh shit.
Her name in Florescent. As an ally to the LGBTQ community, I stand with Floor. All right, Hancock, go back to League of Legends. I stand with Florescent. You cannot
Oh, that's wild.
be doing this.
That's
Covering
wild.
for a because Floor is woke. Like, the word woke is definitely overplayed in Big 25. It's pretty much used for anything, and it's almost become a meme in itself, but like, it does kind of feel that way. What's the matter, Riot? You're quick to spread Asian hate towards Sinatra and jump the gun, but why are you so quiet now? Cat got your tongue?
Man, no, wait, hold on. I don't agree with that. So he's saying like, they fucked up with Sinatra, but they're not treating Florescent in the same way. Is that a bad thing? Like, I'm guessing they learned the lesson with Sinatra, and now they're enforcing like actual they're doing the due diligence, or they're being patient with Florescent. That's better, I think it would be dumber if they gave the same treatment to Florescent. Like, they didn't learn the lesson with Sinatra, and now they're repeating again in the present. That's better, no? What are you on about?
Anyway, like the Jinyu Force, Florescent's whole team posted the same statement that, like, all at once. We got Exodia, the forbidden one here. The 5 of us are currently at boot camp together and spent most of the past...
Also, this stuff is so fucking funny, right? Because, like, whenever you have, like, a gaming house or, like, a streaming partnership, whatever, it's so funny because these people have no idea what to do, right? They play fucking League of Legends. They play, like, Valorant all day. They have, like, no actual, like, commentary etiquette. So the second they see, like, a drama or controversy breaking out, they're like, they have no idea how to respond. So they either, like, defend Florescent, you're being shit scared, or they jump the gun and they abandon their friendship with them and defend the accuser. When so far, That's probably not the smartest decision just yet when we have no evidence at this moment.
Few days reading and rereading the shared screenshots and experiences of the victims. Floor was our teammate for 2 years and all of us considered her a friend. But it happens far too often that friends in this space don't hold each other accountable. Floor's behavior was reprehensible regardless of whether any additional anecdotes or evidence are released. We were horrified reading through the conversations that were shared. To the victims, we believe you and our thoughts are with you at this time. Although one victim's terrible experiences brought this all to light, screenshots and conversations from older relationships show an undeniable pattern of manipulation.
Okay, I take that back. I'm guessing like they actually did some, they did their due diligence, you know. And so if there's one person I trust, you know, commenting about the pattern of behavior, I would trust, you know, someone who lived with them and were friends with Ava. Okay.
Including putting others in unsafe and compromised
But
positions.
again, like, you know, I don't want just like testimonies from the victim or from friends of Ava. I want to see like the actual DMs. Also, that's wild. Like she didn't actually say it. I might pull up the Google Doc. No, it'll take way too long. But I want to know the actual like proof or DMs of you know, what was shared between Ava and Brick.
This is where it gets funny because this
I
next
can't get over that fucking name, Brick.
part will show you their intent, and they're too stupid to see how it makes them sound. Please hold off on using this terrible situation as a springboard for discussions on its impact on the GC scene. I'm sure that, like us, many of you are disappointed and feel let down by someone we all looked up to. However, we should all prioritize supporting the victims in what is an extremely difficult time for them, before even beginning to think how this impacts something as trivial as a video game's competitive scene.
Okay,
If
fair
it's
enough, actually,
trivial,
that's
why
nice.
did you feel the need to bring it up? It kind of shows what your true intentions are here and what you're truly worried about, and you're sort of scapegoating the victim. But hey, that's
Nah, what do you mean? Nah, if they actually do believe what they're saying, that there's a pattern of behavior of abuse with Ava, then yeah, that's perfectly fine, you know. Like, they would look even worse, right, if they said, yeah, we knew all along that she was a piece of shit, meanwhile, still playing with her. I think, like, this is like the right way to go about it, in my opinion, to be completely fair.
just a theory.
This would only work, like they could only like really play with her until the drama got worse, you know, if they had no idea about it, and then, you know, there was like a big bang with all the evidence, of really damning evidence.
A game theory. You know, if you add up all their IQ, you might get one frickin' shank, so that's saying something.
My heart and I cannot imagine how
This guy's literally laughing.
Florescent's former teammate put out another, like, additional statement, which Shanks is currently reading, and boy, oh boy, let's jump in. I would never do this to the victim, but the teammate here is a bit of a clown, so I had AI put it in Fortnite terms. Floor was my dude.
Oh, I hate this shit. Right? Because, you know, Fortnite. But second of all, is this Grok? Is this ChatGPT? They dropped the Fortnite shit very quickly right after.
For 2 years. I thought I was helping her rotate out of a toxic zone. Instead, I got emotionally third-partied. I can't confirm the SA allegations firsthand, but I can confirm she ran a loadout of gaslighting, baiting, and lying.
No,
See-
okay, if that's true, okay, like, bear in mind, right, like Wester just said, this is an AI rendition of what was said, right? But like, that's not very comparable. Oh my god, they were lying, they were manipulative, they were gaslighting, therefore, they must have committed SA. Like, no, like, once, like, you know, once, like, emotional bad play, one's an actual fucking illegal crime that you can't do. I don't see like the connection there, to be honest.
All the clips and receipts made me realize I'd been hard baited. I tried to get her to cue into therapy, but she kept dodging.
Okay, that's the one good joke. Cue into therapy.
Respect to the victims for stepping into the storm and speaking up. They deserve full shields and backup right now.
Like, no troll. It has nothing to do with what was written in that tweet. I'm sure that person literally sitting there, like, doing this on their phone right now, refreshing their profile to see how many likes they're getting.
And you're the person who lived with Florescent for 2 years, you know, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. I cannot for a fact say this is actually Florescent's messages, but, you know, I censored them
What the fuck am I looking
accordingly.
at?
This DM conversation was also leaked, which alleges that Florescent has had allegations before when they were like 13 or 14 and were
Oh. I don't give a fuck.
handcuffed. And then another document dropped. You'd think Florescent's the Diddy of Valorant at this rate. And Riot Games is covering and hosting the party. We had statements from 2 ex-girlfriends.
Oh my. Oh god, this is bro, we only have like 3 minutes left. You can't cover this like in this short amount of time.
Whoever this person is a complete moron because they were 18 talking to a 15-year-old Florescent. Florescent's asking to be groomed and you're still
Oh, this is gonna suck so bad. Actually, what's going on? Wait, Florescent even
Entertaining
Florescent was Florescent was begging to be groomed by this 18-year-old.
this conversation. I feel
Wait, don't tell me like then like the 18-year-old plays a victim card.
like the burden
That
falls
would
on
be
you
moronic.
to stop talking
That would not happen, right guys? Right guys?
to the minor. If any sentient human being sees the message
Wait a second, hold on a minute. Does that mean that you can groom me now? But like that would involve me like emotionally hurting you, gaslighting you, manipulating you, extorting you, blackmailing
on the
you.
left from a literal child, you wouldn't be writing all that. In my opinion, if someone's guilting you or threatening to, game end themselves, you should immediately get a third party involved, whether that be police or like somebody else. And as always, you gotta put a disclaimer so people aren't transphobic because, that's what matters here. Like a lot of these people are genuinely more worried with like the way the public sees them. More testimonies were coming out about Florescent being a bad partner, which involved a bit of coercion, not necessarily SA in this kind of thing, but you can read it for yourself. And just to clarify, Florescent would have been like 13 or 14 at the time during COVID. COVID really stunted the broader Valorant community, and I
Wait, so how relevant is this actually to the video? 'Cause like, all I care about, is the essay allegations from Brick. I do not give a rat's ass about allegations from 5 years ago, unless now they're breaking out. If they're like drama that's being relitigated now to make Ava look even worse, I don't give a fuck actually.
Of course, I don't mean my viewers. We're really cool. We drop ship. We watch Gary V. On September 3rd, despite us being broken up, we decided we would still hang out because we had tickets to go to the CNE. So that would be the Indian National Exhibition. Despite us
Okay, I don't want to make that joke, right? But like there's like the actual Bill Burr joke where it's me too, but like it's just simply of like a bad date they had.
not being together and deciding that it was officially over a day prior, it came over very early in the morning. Keep in mind, the only reason we were even meeting at this point in time because we didn't want our tickets to go to waste. Might be the definition of insanity, but what you expected to happen basically happened. Brick then shows some texts that Ava said that are, a bit sketchy, as well as former tweets on like a private account, which she claims is Floor. Not to be that guy, but in general, a lot of the stuff doesn't really seem to fit in, at least in my opinion. Like, worst instances of her neglecting to support me was on July 10th when I've gotten into a pretty bad car accident. That doesn't really have to do with any of the, allegations. I'm sorry, but when you bring up serious...
It just sounds like, they're trying to, like, make a case of how, they are an awful person. Like, they're trying to, like, back up a case of, how she did SA, and they're using anecdotes of, her being a bad friend or a bad person.
things, I don't care how...
So I mean bad friend, right? So if you have, like, a bad experiences with her, fair enough, but I don't see, like, how that would, how that would be, like, definitive proof that he did, she did assault, her ex-girlfriend.
Somebody treated you after your car accident. You know what I mean? Like, I genuinely don't think that's relevant. In my opinion, you could still acknowledge someone's story and, like, their reflection of events, while at the same time, questioning the discrepancies in their writing. Again, we just have one side of the story, so it'd be really stupid to make conclusive claims off of that. The people that call themselves Florescent's friends are probably some of the shittiest people in this story. They just kind of turned their back. Take notes
No, I'm sorry, but I believe him. So if what they're claiming is true, right, that they saw evidence of of a pattern of behavior, I completely believe that, right? I trust them making the right decision. Yeah, again, like, they will look really bad. Like, yeah, we knew the entire time. Then why not do something about it? I think they're jumping the gun by saying, like, oh, there's a pattern of behavior, therefore we do believe that she committed SA. That might be, going a bit too far, but like right now, it might be like a limbo state where they don't want to fully support her, but they're not gonna drop her entirely. They wanna cover themselves both ways.
from Prod. That's a real friend. He stuck by Sinatra's side. Opinion time. Do I think Florescent's a freak? Absolutely. But at the same time, I'm not going to be using quote-unquote evidence of somebody being 14 and being toxic. You got to really step up your evidence.
Yeah, wait, so is that tweet, of them saying, like, oh, I wish, like, that rape joke, was that when you were 14? Bro, I could not give a shit at all. Bro, I love Twitter drama because, it either involves, like, insanely long Google Docs, or involves, like, some fucking glub shit of being like, you made a bad joke 5 years ago. Like, just the worst shit ever.
Not saying things are, but Florescent hasn't had the time to address the allegations, so making assumptions now makes you look like a bit of an idiot. Anyway, check out this crazy round where both my teammate and enemy missed their...
I don't give a fuck about that clip. Yeah, well, a great video getting by Jed West, his second channel from WestJet. Yeah, holy fuck, right? Again, like, it doesn't seem like, so smart right now to make like your own decision, unless, you're like friends with Ava and you know the full story of, their shit behavior. But it's so bizarre right now, that aside from Brick, we have like several people jumping on board, and their evidence, to like back up the victim, the accuser, is that, oh, when I had a bad car accident, they were pretty shitty. That was insane. The one thing I want to learn about now as well was that that carnival trip, they said. Yeah, they had like a ticket to go there, and then, like Jet West highlighted the initiating sex part. I don't know about that. But like so far, yeah, I haven't seen that much at all from like the actual story. Like, it was one thing that set me off initially. Was number one, her friend was like jumping in for her to probably Google Doc. That's insane. But then second of all, she had DMs, from when it happened. And the biggest issue that she talked about her friend with was that she felt used, like not like, assaulted at all, but used like, only for sex, whatever. Even though in reality, I feel like there were two bigger issues at hand that she would have brought up back then. Number one, like her phone being locked, like fucking Ava, like she claims that Ava grabbed her phone and changed the passcode on it. That's insane. And second of all, her being assaulted, where she was, she was being hurt and she was begging for her to stop, but she kept on going. If you want to bring that up, with in a conversation with a friend, that's fine, like that might be traumatic. But the fact that you didn't bring up, your phone being locked at all, that's what she claims that her phone was locked, but then the very next morning, right, she somehow like was calling her mom and talking with her, she magically, got it unlocked some way somehow. She never brought up as well, how it was unlocked either. So, a huge gap in that story, in my opinion. But yeah, so far right now, I want to see like the response from Ava, because from what I've seen right now, there hasn't been anything that could shut down a chance of her making a good response with all the proof, right? Brick, claimed, she was saying like that, like there was DM proof, of them arguing about what happened and how she conceded to certain parts. I want to see that, but like so far, I'm not gonna pick a side because both of these people sound pretty, freaky, pretty insane. So we'll see in the future what happens next. We'll just wait.